going 3-0. Life is good, moving forward. Hell of a play by Cavanish. I'm sure we'll hear about that one. It's awesome. Kids played hard. Gosh, I hope that, we get some kids back for next week, get this thing ready to rock and roll again, and keep moving forward. So all I know is we're finding a way to get a dang W and hopefully not put our defense in too bad of a situation with the short field. Now, we did it towards the end, and they stood up, and they fucking was, excuse me, French, they were strong as hell. And it was awesome. We forced them to kick a field goal, and then they missed it for us, and we were able to make a play. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited the way our kids played. They played hard. In that kind of environment, first time on the road with a crowd like that, we didn't get anything like that last year. Nothing, because of COVID. This place is a hard place to win, by the way. I think 9-0 against the Broncos. A few as a player, a couple as a coach, so life is good. Anyway, go Cowboys.
See what I'm saying? I was going to tell them, we were 21 minutes to 8 minutes in the second half, time of possession, which nobody ever talks about that anymore. That's a big deal, 21 to 8. I mean, I know my man, so I know there's 30 minutes. Don't get me wrong.
You guys heard it. All right, that's it.
Somewhere in there.
Why
Do you want y'all to think that I thought 21
was
minutes?
Kasey even on the field, and why you throw to him on such a crucial play?
Well, we work our fades a lot. The play that we had at the end gave our quarterback, maximum protection. So felt like it was going to give him the best chance to feel comfortable in the pocket, make a throw. If we had the fade to the field, he could take it. If he didn't, we had an inside receiver route that Brennan's pretty good at running. So we had a couple options on the play. And, he took the one that he was most comfortable with, and we do it every single day. And we throw a lot of fades. You've seen it over the years. Why is Cavanish on the field? Because if he wasn't, I'd be up next. So, I love him. I love him to death. We usually travel 9 receivers. We traveled 7 this time. There's a lot of guys that should be playing that are hurt. I think I have more hurt than actually teeing up and playing. There's more guys on the IR than there are actually on the bus. So that makes it difficult. But our kids, like I said in the beginning, our kids stepped up and they made plays. I'm so excited for Cavanish. Oh my gosh. And it's not too long ago where he's doing the same thing against our defense and making plays over there. People talk about how he can run a good release and get off the ball versus press. And he's good at that. He just is, and it just so happened that we got to look for that kid, and he made a play.
The run game's struggled the first 2 weeks. What kind of changed tonight?
We kind of dialed in a little bit on some of the schemes. This is the first time we had some consistency, up front, offensive line, consistent in quarterback. We didn't have a quarterback change. It's not like we went back to Shane or something like that. Shane would have been just fine. Wouldn't have hurt the run game at all. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like that. But we were just consistent. So at least we could line up with the same box. Okay, running backs, quarterback. The receivers were in flux for sure, but at least we know what we had in the box. And our guys moved them. I mean, seriously, they just did a great job. Our offensive line did a great job of moving their front and creating seams. And Jalen's a hell of a runner. He's going to stick his foot in the ground. He's going to hit it downhill. He's got excellent vision. I'm tickled for him too because he played well. He was captain last week for us coming into the game. Played his butt off last week. He got the captain status coming into this week, and he backed it up. So, pretty good night for him.
I know Jalen eventually just had the hot hand, but was the plan to lean on him a bit more today?
The plan was to lean on the running backs. Again with where we were at receiver. And then all of a sudden, Bryson Green, he's out. He hurts his hand, so he's all balled up with his hand. I got a concussion, so it just emphasized it even more that we were going to run the football, and it was clear as day. They're going to load the box. It's similar to what we had last week. We had to run the football against that +1 box last week. There was no way around it. We threw the ball a couple times to Jaden. Hell, Jaden's not on the trip this week, and he bailed us out in a couple plays. And then all of a sudden, he doesn't make this flight to Boise. So there's our starting Z coming into this game, who now all of a sudden isn't playing. He's the backup Z. So yeah, we were going to lean on the backs. We were going to lean on the offensive line. Got it done.
Last question for Kasey.
I hate to harp on this, but is this the most injured you've ever seen a team you've been a part of?
For 2 years. I've been in for 11 years. I haven't seen anything like it. For 2 years. Now, last year was a lot of COVID-based. Last year was a lot. We had Chuba and Tevin and all those guys. They basically missed half the season. Maybe they had a couple snaps towards the back half of the season, but really played without those guys for the back half of the season. you know, and a lot of our offense was built on getting those guys to football, but they weren't there, you know, for games 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, whatever it was. So it's been a couple years worth, but this takes the cake moving into it for sure. So, man, I'm so fired up. I was so stressed in the damn box too, though. Oh my, it was fun. I mean, it's when you have this kind of adversity and you come out on top the way that we did, it is absolutely worth it. It's priceless. And this is what you live for as a coach and as a player, and we got it done. It's a special night, a special moment for us.
Thanks, Coach.